Hi everyone, it's me Prashana on Modern Midlifers again. So today we're here at Whampoa area. The weather is fantastic today. We're gonna try to do a special episode where we will stick to a very strict budget of $100. We're gonna see whether you can get a camera, get some film, and probably develop within that budget today. Okay, so we're outside the mezzo here. We're gonna buy the film and camera from a shop here. I think for those you know, okay? And then just across the street down there, there's actually a film developer called Whampoa Color Center. So we're gonna drop off the film afterwards. Alright, so we leave this here on the right. We're just gonna go to the second floor. Okay, so as you can see, we're here at 8storeytree's shop front. This isn't like a true store. You can't really come here and buy. Actually, you have to order online, and this is where you come and pick up. It's actually run by Jimmy and Noreen. They are super helpful. So if you have any questions, you can always message them. The contact details are actually found here on this flyer. So if you're here, you walk by, but you didn't have time to drop by, you can actually pick one of these up and then take a look at it later. And let's just go in and take a look at all the treasures they have. Okay, so we're inside the showroom / office. There are many treasures inside, so I'm going to bring you section by section and cover all the interesting things that are here. So the first thing you'll notice here is they have this corner that's dedicated to all Polaroid cameras. There's a bit more Polaroid stuff on the left side here as well. So if you come in closer, you'll notice that they actually are carrying the new i2 camera. If you notice, they've actually displayed some of the photos that they've taken with these Polaroid cameras. This is actually the is the BYOB frames, yeah. So these are quite cool frames. For those who like to experiment a lot and like to shoot pre-exposed 35mm film, they actually carry a huge selection. And for those of you who actually like to shoot Instax, but you are kind of tired with the frames, you can actually get these special laminates that go over the film and give them special effects. Something like pre-exposed films here, but this is for Instax cameras. So interestingly, they actually store all their film, which as they should, inside a film fridge here. If you look carefully, you'll notice they carry almost all of Polaroid selection. So they have the I-type film, they have the SX70 film, they have 600 film. I even see Polaroid Gold film at the bottom there. For those of you who don't need such a professional camera as the i2, they have actually the Polaroid Now cameras. And for those of you who really like the small frames, you have a Polaroid Go camera as well. It's very nice, very cute, very small. And they also have all the attachments that come with the camera. For those of you who like storing your film in boxes, they actually have these colored storage boxes as well. I have a very sophisticated storing method. I put all my film in a empty dark cupboard, and it's all in a mess in some shoebox in my cupboard. So on this wall, we have all the Mint cameras. Mint is actually based in Hong Kong. They still currently make instant cameras that are a bit premium in nature, so they have a bit more manual controls. If you want to check out those cameras, you can watch our previous video right here. Okay. If you look at the wall carefully, you'll see that down here at 8storeytree, they carry the SLR 670 with the time machine. They also carry the Instaflex, and if you notice, this is the Rolleiflex model. This is, from what I hear, the last piece. They don't make this anymore, and I heard that the screen is a lot brighter than the current new models. So if you're looking for a TLR kind of instant camera, I think you should get and try to pick up this one. Okay, so if you want a camera that has full manual control and manual focusing abilities, you can consider this Mint RF70. It shoots the Instax wide frames. Or if you prefer the TLR form factor, you can consider the Instaflex TL70 Plus here. If you want to watch the video that Ian did, you can just watch it. Just click on the link here. Of course, Mint, they also produce cameras for Polaroid film. The most notable one is this camera here with its time machine. So this camera is a little bit special. It has manual control on an otherwise auto exposure camera. So when you remove it, the camera reverts to its auto exposure mode. Once you insert the time machine here, you can actually dictate the exposures that you want by turning this dial. Okay, and just like any SX70, it all of course folds into a compact form factor like this. If you've been thinking of buying a Mint camera, I think this is a great place to drop by. They are, I think, the only place in Singapore that actually carry all the models. and you can get a feel of the cameras. Often at times when you look online, you don't really know the size, the heft, or how it will sound like when you eject. I think here is a great place to just fiddle with the camera, have a look, see whether it's the camera you desire. Then of course you can also buy it from them as well. Okay, so this is actually a retro camera. I believe it takes 3 shots at the same time. I think you can make some cool GIFs with it. These are all toy cameras. There's the Holga here as well. So later I think you will find this camera looking very familiar in the rest of this episode. Okay, so on this wall we have all like Kodak products and similar stuff. If you look carefully, you'll see that these are all reusable 35mm cameras, or most of them are. They also carry some accessories on this wall. So if you look like down here, they actually carry like metal canisters where you can store your film. Some people, they're scared of like x-rays, so some people suggest you store in either a metal box like this when you travel, or sometimes even in a lead-lined bag. These cameras here, they are actually an affordable entry into 35mm, and they are, best of all, reusable. So once you're done shooting, you can actually reload another film and shoot. For those who are trying to look for an affordable medium, this is great because these cameras, they shoot half frame as well. So you get like 72 shots per roll as opposed to the usual 36 or so. Transformer camera as well. I'm not going to fold it because I'm scared of breaking it, but I think this is quite cool. I think it's just a very fun thing. For those of you who are very observant, you might actually notice this huge box here. So this was released by Fujifilm China. It's not available anywhere else. It's actually an old school pinhole camera. I don't know whether you know, the first camera was actually made in China. So I think this is a homage or nod to that fact. Okay, so if you are truly into the lo-fi scene in analog film photography, they have 2 walls dedicated to Lomography and all their products. It's a lot to unpack, so I'm just going to quickly, briefly go through everything. They do carry like a bit more premium models for Instax cameras. So Lomo actually makes cameras that are, I would say, better build quality and a bit more control. So you have these models here, they take all Instax formats. They also come with different lens attachments if you look carefully. For those of you who want the best clarity, they actually even have Instax cameras with glass lenses. Great thing about Lomo is they don't really focus, as in there is some technical things that you need to know about photography, but Lomo emphasizes more on the analog creative aspect. And a lot of times these shots, they come by accident, and the accidental shots are the ones you often tend to like the most. So I think if you're looking for a very good camera or a starting point to start shooting 35mm, but you still want creative controls, you can actually consider this camera here. It's a Lomo apparat. Okay, I believe it comes with a few things. It comes with actually its own set of accessories, and all these will just attach to the front of the camera. They also have like split image prisms like these. You can just attach it to the front of your camera, and just like any other I would say a toy camera, you just, I think just rolling this has a very satisfying sound to it. So those of you who are actually trying to look for a gift for a photography friend, I think they have quite a few memorabilia here that you can consider. Film section. Okay, so they carry a lot of films here as well. If you come down with me, you'll notice that they carry quite an extensive range of Lomography films. Lomography, as you know, they make both films for 35mm. Actually, they make for 110, they make for 35, and they make for 120 format of films. They also carry these special editions like, you know, Lomochrome, where the film has special effects. So for those of you who like to shoot more conventional films like those from Kodak, they do have a wide selection here: Portra, Color Plus, Gold, Ultramax, even Acta. For those of you who like the look of Pro Image 100, they have that here too as well. They also carry a lot of specialty films. One example is those by Hands on Film here. So if you like to buy Hands on Film, you don't have to make the journey up to Pearl's Hill Terrace. They carry other films like those from Ilford as well. Those who like to shoot Rolly infrared film, I believe. And I think these are films I don't usually get to see, but I think a lot of people do shoot. So quite a few people, they like to shoot with Adox, Pancro, and Cat Labs black and white film. These are films that I think most shooters don't have access to easily. They even have things like Forma Pen. So if you are curious, please drop by, just take a look. I think the selection is incredible. I know there's a bit of dilemma going on with CineStill right now, so I think we can't show this film here, so I'm gonna hide it. But everything else I think is available here. So if you like to shoot on tungsten or CineStill films or tungsten variant of films, they have that whole selection. So here they have all the CineStill films, the 800T, the 400D and 50D as well. Another set. Honestly, I've never seen these films before. I think you should just pop by the store, have a look, see what catches your eye, and then just buy it and try it, you know. So if you run out of instant film, here's a great place to get it. Instax, they carry a huge selection of it here. If let's say you are not sure about analog film photography and you just want to have a taste of it, one easy and affordable way is to get a disposable film camera, and they carry quite a few. So if you look here, they have both, I believe, color film and black and white film. I know Christmas is coming, so 8storeytree, they actually have a BYOB promo on their website. So I think you get like a beginner-friendly camera and a few films for you to try with. The films are kind of curated to suit the camera. I had a lot of fraudulent credit card charges just recently, a few days ago, so I had to cancel my credit card. Currently, I'm kind of broke, so that's why we're actually doing this $100 episode. I don't really have too much cash on me. I'm hoping to get the camera, shoot the film, and develop it for under $100. So we've gotten the camera. The camera set me back about 65 Singapore dollars. And of course the film, usually for 120 film, they sell it in packs of 3, but I'm just going to divide it by 3. So one roll here is about 19 Singapore dollars. So I think we're still under budget. Then later we will pop by a developer and hopefully get this developed, and we should be either close or under. Wait, let me fold it. Put the film back in. Later removing this is going to be such a pain. So we are outside here at Whampoa. We're just walking around the neighborhood. We're going to try to take some shots on this new Holga camera. It's a medium format camera. We're going to take shots of the people and maybe just the architecture around this area and see what we get at the end of the day. This camera has a few focusing modes. You have mountain, many people, 2 people, and 1 person. Okay, so I don't really know what it refers to. You also have 2 aperture settings, sunny and I guess shadow. Okay, shutter is just pressing this knob downwards like that. It's a 60mm optical lens as opposed to, I don't even know what other kind of lens there are.
Contact lens.
Aggravation, I guess. Shot 7. Okay, so we're at Whampoa Color Center. We're going to drop off the film. Before that, I'm just going to roll up the film completely. So I've taken my 12th shot. Just going to roll until the film disappears and I feel no resistance. And I think that's it. It's a bit hard to feel on this camera, but yeah, I don't see anything anymore, so I think that should be safe. I'm just gonna remove all the tape. There we have the roll. What you should do is you should tighten the spool a bit, okay? And then there's usually a sticker. If you don't have a sticker, use a rubber band and you seal it so that it doesn't unravel. So you get something like that. So let's drop it off now. Whampoa Color Center has been here for decades. It's one of those old school places. I think the uncle has been here since when he started this business. They've been developing film Of course, nowadays they're a lot more busy. If you go in, there's a lot of films that you can also buy down here. So do drop by when you have the chance. There are other developers in Singapore as well, but this is one of my favorite because it's near where I work, so I often drop by here just to drop off my film, or if let's say at work I have a bit of time, I'll come here and collect my negatives. Alright, so I've just dropped off my film. I just paid $12. Usually they take about a day or two. Often at times I see the uncle working very hard. He'll send the scans at like 1 AM the day off that I dropped the film. So I think you guys will enjoy the shots. I have no idea how they're gonna look. I hope they came out right. If you of course like this video, do remember to like and subscribe. If you have any comments or anything you'd like us to feature, just put it down in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.